Bugs crashing your pack's party? Whether they've got paws or sneakers, your pack deserves a home that's protected from pests. That's where Wonderside comes in. Plant-powered protection made with steam-distilled natural essential oils that actually work. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and ants without questionable ingredients or overpowering smells. Safe to use around kids and pets when used as directed. Lab-proven to work fast. And proudly made in the USA. We offer sprays for pets, people, homes, and yards. Plus, spot-on treatments, collars, and even shampoos. Whatever your pack needs, we've got it covered. Founded by a pet parent looking for a better way to protect her dog Luna, Wonderside's now protected over 21 million lives and counting. You might have even seen us on Shark Tank. Go to Wonderside.com and use code WONDER20 for 20% off your first order. That's WONDER20 at Wonderside.com. Wonderside. Protect your pack with plant-powered Wonderside today.
Calaroga Shark Media.
From London, where they know how to put on a parade, this is Ballad.
That's right. The Brits will show off to distract an easily distractible man. Let's hit this. I'm Patrick Gutfield, and President Trump is heading back to Windsor Castle for his second state visit, and the royals are rolling out the red carpet like he's returning a Netflix series they actually want to renew. The Prince and Princess of Wales will greet Trump and the First Lady on the castle grounds, which sounds lovely until you realize this is basically the world's most expensive meet and greet. Then they're all doing a carriage procession through the estate with 4 senior royals. The Household Cavalry Mounted Regiment will provide what they're calling a sovereign's escort, which is fancy talk for really expensive horses walking really slowly. 3 military bands will be playing, and you know Trump's thinking, finally, a parade that's actually about me and not some guy who died 200 years ago. After all the pomp, they're having a private lunch inside Windsor Castle, private lunch at Windsor Castle. That's the kind of flex that makes Mar-a-Lago look like a Denny's. I expect horse carriages to be added to the White House by Friday. Then, Trump gets a private tour of the royal collection, which is basically the world's most valuable garage sale that nobody's allowed to touch. But here's the touching part. They're going to St. George's Chapel to lay a wreath on Queen Elizabeth's tomb to see as she will roll over in her grave. A quiet, solemn moment in what is otherwise the presidential equivalent of a Renaissance fair. You can almost picture Trump whispering, "She would have loved this whole thing." Then we're back outside for a fly past with the Red Arrows and F-35 fighter jets. Because nothing says diplomatic relations like a really loud planes flying overhead. They're calling it a powerful symbol of the transatlantic alliance, which is military speak for expensive skywriting. The day wraps up with a state banquet in St. George's Hall, where King Charles and Trump will both give formal remarks. 2 men, 1 castle, multiple courses, and probably the most diplomatically worded toast in recent memory. Here's to continued dialogue. Tomorrow morning, Trump heads to Chequers to meet with Prime Minister Keir Starmer. They'll view the Winston Churchill archives, which feels very on brand for a meeting between 2 guys who definitely have opinions about everything. Plus, traditional bagpipers will be there because apparently no important British meeting is complete without someone in a kilt making noise. 2 days, multiple castles, countless ceremonies, and enough pageantry to make a Broadway producer weep with envy. And to think, there's a podcast that covers nothing but this stuff. It's called Palace Intrigue, and now the Calaroga bosses can stop complaining that I never cross-promote. President Trump announced Tuesday that Republicans will hold a midterm convention ahead of the 2026 elections. This comes after Democrats were already quietly considering the same idea, which means we're about to get dueling political conventions in an off-year election. What could possibly go wrong? Trump posted on Truth Social that the Republicans are going to do a midterm convention in order to show the great things we have done since the presidential election of 2024. He added, "Time and place to be determined. Stay tuned. It will be quite the event and very exciting." The exclamation points are doing a lot of heavy lifting there. Trump announcing a convention with the enthusiasm of a cruise ship activities director. I wonder which Trump hotel he'll hold it at and how much money he's going to make from it. The DNC's response was deliciously petty. The sincerest form of flattery is imitation, and we're amused the president is following our lead. Well, in that case, maybe the Dems should release something labeled the Epstein Files to see what happens. Here's the thing about midterm conventions. Democrats used to hold them in the 70s and 80s, then scrapped the idea in 1986 because party leaders decided they were a waste of money and energy. Apparently, they didn't make their money from selling mid-roll ads. Portions of today's show were made with the help of AI and the UK.
You can call me James. I spent 23 years designing aircraft that officially don't exist for agencies you think TV made up. Until I started asking the wrong questions. Navy ships are recording objects moving at impossible speeds. Infrastructure is failing in coordinated patterns. The moon looks smaller than it did 10 years ago. None of this is a coincidence. The official explanations don't add up. This is Paranormal Aliens, where we connect the dots they don't want connected. If you're hearing this, you know where to get podcasts. Follow Paranormal Aliens. New episodes weekly until they shut me down.